This is Dan Stewart, and this is your NORAM Asset Management Market Update, Tuesday, July 6, 2010. Well, it was another roller coaster ride on Wall Street today, and the markets were all over the place. The markets opened up very high in the positive. The Dow was up triple digit. They were all up strongly. However, they ended up selling off, hovering around the break even, and then they actually sold off and were negative through the mid-afternoon. However, they staged a rally late in the day. But the main story that made the markets pull back from their strong positive numbers was that Citibank came out with a report saying that the retail sector was in trouble and that they came out with a slow growth projections. In addition, the Institute for Supply Management came out and said the service sector's growth was slowing as well. So it looks like this recovery may actually be in jeopardy. It'll be important to watch and see how the markets react the next couple days, because after last week's big sell-off throughout the week, it was really important that we got a big, strong up day today on good, strong volume. We started out that way, but then the market stalled out. So it will be very important to watch tomorrow and the next day and see if we can get some buying coming into the markets on some expanding volume. If not, you better be very cautious. Over in Europe, the markets were up significantly and were closing just around the time our negative reports came out. So it'll be important to see how the European markets respond in reaction to our reports, because a lot of the countries, the industrialized nations, are depending on the United States and China to lead the recovery. Most countries are on the austerity side. What happens if we decide to keep spending while all the other industrialized nations decide to cut? Can the U.S. still have a recovery while all the other countries are cutting? It's food for thought, something to think about. In any event, the Asian markets were up as well. Australia had a good report out, and their exports grew the third highest on record. And the Reserve Bank of Australia let their interest rates alone, but still 4.5%, some of the highest in the world. But they said they were somewhat hawkish or had a bias toward raising rates to slow down their economy if it gets overheated. So Australia came out with some strong comments, and they are one of the strongest countries across the planet. The material stocks in Asia led the way. It'll be important to watch the Asian and European markets tomorrow to see how they react to the U.S. news that came out a little bit later in the day. This is Dan Stewart for your NORAM Asset Management Market Update.